Right, I think you can hear me. Just look how perfect this is. Just keeping like everything simple. Looking at one chart. Like I'm not even looking at dollar. I'm not looking at pound. I hope this chart isn't too different than the other one because this is like a different broker that I'm looking at here. I hope this isn't too different. But right, just say we're starting this week. I'm not going to do like any OTE like examples or anything, but I just want to like look at the daily buys. Just say we start this week. My CT teaches like if you close above the half point, you're more than likely just going to fill the whole thing. So let me put the half point in there. It's here. Just look at the weekly. You're like, right. It's more than likely just going to fill this thing. It's not the highest probability trade, so I just won't take anything yet, and I'll see how the start of the week plays out. Look to the daily. I'm like, alright, let's just see how the week plays out. Yeah, a bit of consolidation, then fills it perfectly. So we start looking, like, look at all these imbalances below, right? Just say like, alright, let's target this fair value gap, this big one here. Actually no, say first, like we don't need to pick the top of the market, so we don't need to say like, oh, price is definitely going to start rejecting after filling this liquidity void. Just say, at the very least, price is probably going to come down to the low of this liquidity void, like here. It's going to come down there. So let's just target that. Right. It's an hourly. Yeah, we see that day was bearish. We could have found any bearish trades out that day. There's like fair value gaps in here, whatever. Keeps going down, keeps going down. Could have found any bearish setup in this day. Like, I don't know, this inverse fair value gap, whatever, this fair value gap. Like, whatever, like you're looking at. Right. Right. This Friday, yeah? No, this is Friday. Oh yeah. This is Thursday. We want to reach the low, yeah? And does it? It either perfectly reaches it, or it comes like a pip from it. So like we're probably going to just expect price to take out Thursday's low and just try and test that low. Yeah, just like a little. Like it wouldn't be the highest probability trade, but just like a little one. Right? So we go to the next week, and we're like, right, we just filled in this liquidity void. We're rejecting perfectly. Right? You can look and be like, alright, I might just want to come and fill in a bit of this and keep going up. But more than likely it's going to go, more than likely it's going to go a bit lower. Like, because it's filled that liquidity void, so we're not going to pick the top again. We're not going to be like, right, this has to go from here all the way down here because it just filled this in. Just say like, it might reach for this order block. Maybe. Let's like just see what price does. Look at the daily. Alright, so Monday comes around. You're probably going to look for lower prices on Monday. Yeah, we do get lower prices. Tuesday comes around. You're probably going to look for lower prices again. Alright, then we're looking at Tuesday. Look at this fair value gap. This daily fair value gap. It's filled and respected like that. Also, if we look at the daily range, see this is different on the other chart. On the other chart, just type it in. Daily range. On the other chart, the body of this candle perfectly respected its equilibrium. So it was perfectly sitting above. So from here, I don't need to say, right, price is going to take this high, or price is going to definitely come down to this order block. I can just say, look, if we look at Tuesday's prices, it's filled this fair value gap, it's reached equilibrium, it's respected equilibrium, there's some imbalances above, drop down to the hourly, we're kind of accumulating, it's a big imbalance here. Probably just expect higher prices for that day, right? Just for that day. What do we get? Higher prices into this fair value gap in here. I'm just going to keep all this shit on. Into this fair value gap now. So what was our weekly target? Our weekly target was the order block. Okay? I need to start like taking some things off. I'm going to change this to this. This is daily fair value gap. Right, now a shorter term fair value gap. I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, like when I say different things, like, oh, just because this is what ICT does that annoys me. It'd be like, just say price filled this fair value gap. It'd be like, price filled this fair value gap, so we think price is going to keep going down. And then you'll say like, oh, see the way price didn't completely fill this fair value gap, so it'll keep going down. Like, I know it sounds contradicting, but something that he does say is if you have a draw like lower, like this weekly order block, we still have this draw, right, on the weekly. And if price, oh shit, if price doesn't completely fill the fair value gap, then it's good. Like, you want to leave a little bit. You want to leave a little bit. And if we look again, look at the body, just like respects it like that. Look at the body respects it. It's only Wednesday. So Thursday and Friday, probably look for lower prices. Doesn't matter if we don't get it, but there is actually some relative equal highs here that might get taken first into that imbalance, but let's see. Yeah, gets taken. This is still Wednesday night. This is 10 PM. The London session hasn't even happened yet. Price goes up here. It's alright. Not even New York session yet. No. Fucking smashes out of it. New York session. It was news, obviously. See, price just taking all the liquidity it can before news. Like, we knew that. Like, when would we ever trade? When would we ever look to take a short at 3 PM in this fair value gap with news coming later? Like, we wouldn't bother doing that. Right? There we go. Now look at this. This is filled now. And where are we like clearly headed? The weekly order block. Clear as day where we're headed. We do get, like, it looks like a bullish candle, but if, like, it's my strategy, I'm looking for the previous day's low to be taken, which it does. Do you know? Like, I don't care where it closes. That's all I'm looking for, just to be taken. Okay, I really hope I'm still recording. Yeah. Alright, now let's go to the next week. Still would be the target, wouldn't it? Look how close we are to it. We have filled this fair value gap. So that would be something I would always think if ICT was like, oh, this weekly order block is our target or whatever, but I'd be like, but we just filled this fair value gap, so why are we not going to go up? And I'd say it's because, like, we filled this already, right? So there's a higher likelihood that we go a bit lower than like the first fair value gap you see, if you know what I mean. So we're probably still looking for this order block. let's actually put in like the midpoint of it as well, like we did with the liquidity void. By the way, I always do like little green boxes for unfilled. This should be. I always do green boxes for like unfilled targets, and I do grey for ones that have been filled already. Right. To the daily. Probably looking for lower prices this week, yeah. We're in this inverse fair value gap now. We're under this range equilibrium. Yeah, lower day. That high isn't taken. That low isn't taken, so it is kind of a consolidation day. Probably wouldn't have got much out of it, even though it was a bearish day. Got these highs above this buy side. Like, it is buy side up here, and it is just under. I like to use like equilibrium as like inverse as well, if you know what I mean. Cause it's like it's under equilibrium now, so it could be kind of used as like a resistance or whatever. There is like relative equalize up here, but if we have an overall daily bearish bias, we wouldn't really need to see these taken out like right now. So still looking for lower prices on the Tuesday. Do get lower prices. The previous day's low was taken out. Still gonna look for lower prices on the Wednesday. Boom. Lower prices on the Wednesday. We don't reach the midpoint. I'm pretty sure on the other chart we do right here. Hold on. Yeah. Look at that. We've reached our weekly order block now. Right? So we wouldn't be looking, this is only 2 o'clock, maybe in London session, maybe, but this would be like a real stretch. You could look to take a short towards the midpoint because the sell side's here, but that's like very low probability, I think. Now it's Friday, it's going into New York session. Our weekly objective has been hit. You see, look, price wicking off the midpoint, like perfectly like that. There's like some imbalances above. This one's filled actually. There's a little one here. Oh. So like a small imbalance there. Price might target this, but it's a bit small. So we can start looking for either nothing or just start looking for some higher prices. We do have this buy side all the way up here. Weeks off it again, weeks off it again. Look at that. Get this off so we can look at the daily. We can take this off actually. Now you look at the daily. Look at it. This is our weekly objective. It's been hit. Price is wicking off the halfway point perfectly. This daily fair value gap, look how that lines up with it as well. And the daily fair value gap midpoint is here as well. It's like completely lined up with it, but I'm not going to put it in as well. Oh, it's Friday. We're working off this. You can expect the opposite of the weekly range. So the weekly range has been low, low, low. We can expect higher prices. Or just try nothing at all because we don't know that price is going to like reverse from here. It's likely, but there's no imbalances or anything to target up here. Look at this imbalance as well. I haven't even put in. Oh no, hold on, never mind. It was boom. higher prices on the Friday. What's it drawn towards? These relative equal highs. Did I actually just say boom? What? Obviously this must have been news, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to trade news, but we know that news is used to draw towards the draw, and towards, if you even targeted that inverse fair value gap like that, or this buy side right here like that. Now weekly. If you're looking at this weekly now, like we said, we didn't want to predict the top. We didn't want to say, oh, it's filled this liquidity void now, so it has to go all the way down here. We just like play it by ear, basically say, yeah, it's probably going to go from here maybe to this order block, and then we'll see what happens. If we're looking at this for next week, we're just looking for next week. Perfectly projected off that midpoint of the order block, which is our target. There's an imbalance above, there's relative equal highs, buy side liquidity, equilibrium, all of this lined up in here. So we're probably going to look for this to be taken, this buy side. That's the likelihood. It's more likely to take this buy side than it is to come back down to this lot. If you look at the daily, yeah, you can see the buy side there. It's just more likely to do that. Right. We get 2 bearish days with 1 kind of consolidation day, bearish day, but what's not taken? This isn't taken. This is, even though it looks like, oh, we're continuing down. Why did we expect this to be taken? Because there's an imbalance up here, and because we're rejecting of this. Have we like blown through the order block yet? No, like we're still respecting it. We've actually tapped it again here. So Wednesday we're still going to look for higher prices. Yeah, we get like a little bullish day, kind of consolidation day. We see that price has ran through this fair value gap, but do we really care? It's just ran through this fair value gap as well. This most recent one, it's respecting as inverse. We don't care about the 1 hour chart more than we care about the daily chart and what our bias is on the weekly. We just use this for like trade. Now look, there's 3 of them up here, 3 relative equal highs. This is right. Thursday starts. Check out that inverse. On the way up, on the way up, on the way up. News. Boom. Fucking boom. Why don't you think boom? News takes the target. But we could have taken any bullish trade from 2 o'clock's in here. We could have targeted all these equal highs right here. Like we didn't need those. We didn't need these highs to be taken. We could have taken anything in here to just target that. Look at that, or this imbalance, anything. Then we just not traded news. News takes that. Look how it taps off that reverse equilibrium as well. Doesn't reach that imbalance, I don't think. It does reach the weekly imbalance which we targeted. And then what happens? Rejects. Like,